Hey, this is Steve from Flowmaster. Today I'm happy to introduce our new Delta Force cold air intake for the 6th generation Camaro equipped with a 3.6 liter V6 motor. Please check our website for more details on different makes, models, and years this exactly fits. Now this Delta Force cold air intake has a washable, reusable, high flow filter. It comes pre-oiled, a black powder coated heat shield, a durable polyethylene intake tube with a nice rib design and the Flowmaster logo right here in the center, reinforced silicone couplers, stainless steel hardware, anodized fittings, and this is a direct bolt into the factory mounted locations of the vehicle. This is also backed up by a lifetime limited warranty. Now the tools for the job are 7/16 wrench, 1/2 inch wrench, 3/4 wrench, pair of pliers, 5/16 nut driver, short screwdriver, flat blade screwdriver, 1/4 inch drive ratchet, 1/4 inch drive extension, 1/4 inch drive Torx T20, 1/4 inch drive Torx T30, 5/32 Allen. All Flowmaster products are dyno tuned during the development phases for maximum power gains and efficiency. Now, how about you? But I'm going to get this installed in this Camaro here. Okay, we're in the shop. We got a 2017 Camaro RS here with a 3.6 liter. We're going to get ready to install that new Delta Force cold air intake. But first, we're going to remove the stock air box. Okay, first, we're going to go ahead and remove the engine cover. We're going to take this cap off. And then next, there's a bolt right here. Now we're just going to pull straight up. First, we're going to unplug the sensor. We're going to unclip the loom from the air box right here. We're going to loosen up this clamp. We're going to take the stock air box and pull it straight out. Once we do that, we're going to disconnect the hose to the sound diaphragm. We're going to loosen up this clamp, loosen this clamp. There's 2 more clamps to loosen. We're going to disconnect the hose in the bottom of this intake tube right here. Then we're going to remove this sound tube. And then next, we're going to go ahead and release this clamp, pull this hose off, disconnect this hose, and pull this off. Then loosen up this clamp, and then we're going to pull the stock intake tube off. First, we're going to unplug the sensor. On the back side here, there's a red tab. You got to pull up on it first to unlock it. Once it's unlocked, then you just squeeze it, and it'll come unplug. Next, we're going to loosen up this clamp and then slide the hose off the air box. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and unclip this wire loom for the sensor that's on the air box. It's just a push and clip. So we're just going to go ahead and take a flat blade screwdriver and just pry up on it. Okay. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and pull out the stock air box. Just going to lift straight up. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and disconnect this hose right here that's on the bottom side of the intake tube. Just a squeeze type. Just go ahead and squeeze it. Unclip. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and unclip this little loom holder that holds this hose on that we're going to be removing. Just got to pull up on it. It'll unsnap. Again, we're going to pull up on this one. It'll unsnap. And I got this one right here. Pull up on it. This will unsnap. Okay, next, right behind this diaphragm right here, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the hose. The hose is exactly just like this front hose that was on the intake tube. We're going to squeeze these 2 tabs, and then it's going to unlock it from the back side here. Okay. Okay, now the hose is disconnected. We're going to go ahead and unclip the diaphragm here. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and pull it out as one unit. Okay, we got the sound resonator hose off. Go ahead and set this aside. Okay, in the Delta Force kit, there is this little cap plug here. This is going to go on this hose right here that was connected to the diaphragm. Just going to push it on. Okay. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and remove this clamp right here. First, we're going to start off with a screwdriver. We'll unsnap it. Take it off. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pull off this hose. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and disconnect this hose. It's got these 2 little white clips. You just got to push this one towards the motor and then pulls right off. Okay, next, we're going to loosen up this clamp and then remove the stock intake hose. Okay, we got our stock airbox assembly out. We're ready to go ahead and start assembling the new Delta Force cold air intake. Okay, we got our Delta Force cooler intake laid out on the table. We're going to go ahead and first start off with the heat shield here. We're going to go ahead and put on the air filter adapter. It's going to go on the inside of the heat shield. Then we're going to line up the 3 holes. And then we're going to go ahead and put on the bolt, which is going to be a lock washer and a flat washer. Okay, we're going to start off with putting on the first bracket. And this first bracket here, it's got a little bit of like a 45-degree bend to it versus this bracket where it has like a 90-degree bend. This one here is going to go on the inside. And we're going to go ahead and put a bolt through the bracket and through the heat shield. And then on the back side here, we're going to go ahead and put on a flat washer, a lock washer, and then a nut. Okay, so the bracket should look like this. Okay, next we're going to go in and put on the second bracket. Now these two kind of look similar. One's a little bit taller than the other one. The taller one is the one we're going to use. This is going to go on the outside of the heat shield. And we're going to go ahead and put an Allen bolt through the bracket. And then it's going to go through the heat shield. And then on the back side here, we're going to go ahead and put on the flat washer, the lock washer, and then a nut. Okay, should look like that. Okay, the third bracket here is going to go on the outside of the heat shield. We're going to go ahead and put the bolts through the bracket. We'll put it on the outside here. And on the inside here, we're going to go ahead and put the flat washer on, a lock washer, and then a nut. Okay, here's the orientation of the 3 brackets. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and install the push-in barb inserts onto each bracket. Now we're going to use a bolt. It's going to have a lock washer and a flat washer. Put it through the bracket, and then we're going to go ahead and just screw on these barb fittings. Okay. Okay, we got the barb inserts on the brackets. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and install the heat shield gasket. Now this comes in excess length, so you may need to cut it to fit your heat shield. So we're going to go ahead and just start and work our way all around. Okay, we got our heat shield gasket on. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put some anodized fittings onto the intake tube on these little 2 ports right here. And you want to make sure you have some Teflon tape on the threads. Now go ahead and just hand tighten them because you need to get the final orientation once it's in the vehicle. And then next, we're going to go ahead and put on the reinforced silicone couplers. Again, we're going to leave these loose so we can get some final adjustment once it's in the vehicle. Okay, next we're going to remove the stock mass air sensor from the airbox. Okay, we got the stock sensor here. We're going to go ahead and peel off the gasket. And then we're going to put on the new supplied gasket in the kit. And then with the supplied hardware in the kit, we're going to put on the 2 new screws through the sensor and through the gasket. And then we'll go ahead and put them on the intake tube here. Then you want to make sure you tighten down this evenly. Okay, Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put the heat shield in the vehicle. Okay, the 3 push-on barbs on the bracket on the heat shield are going to go to these 3 mounting locations on the vehicle. One's right here, one's right here, and one's right here. We're just going to set this down and just push them in place. Okay. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put the air intake tube in. We're going to slide it onto the air filter adapter. And then we're going to slide it up. Now we're going to go ahead and push it onto the throttle body. Okay, you want to make sure the reinforced coupler is all the way up against the throttle body. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten it down. Next, we're going to go ahead and push on this reinforced coupler all the way up against the heat shield. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten down this clamp right here. Okay. Okay, next we're going to take the air intake tube. We're going to push it up to where the rib edge right here meets the reinforced coupler. And we'll go ahead and tighten up this clamp. And then same thing on the other side here. We're going to push it up to the rib edge meets the reinforced coupler. And we'll tighten up this clamp. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and tighten up this anodized fitting so that we get the correct orientation. Okay, next in the kit we got a piece of 1/2-inch hose. We're going to push it onto this barb fitting. Next we're going to go ahead and put on the clamp. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and slide on another clamp over the hose. Okay, next we're going to put on this anodized fitting. It's got a barb fitting on one end and a quick disconnect on the other. We're going to go ahead and slide this onto the hose. And then we'll put the clamp on. Okay. Now the quick disconnect fitting here, we're going to go ahead and push it in until you hear it snap. Okay. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and tighten up this anodized fitting so it's in the correct orientation for this hose. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and install a piece of 5/8 hose that's in the kit. Now just like this hose here that's also supplied in the kit, these do come in excess length, so you may need to trim them to fit your vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and slide on a clamp first. And we'll go ahead and push this onto the barb fitting. And we'll slide the clamp down. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on another hose clamp. Okay. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the air filter. Okay. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and reconnect the sensor. We're going to push it in until we hear it click. And then push down that red tab to hear a lock. Okay, now we're ready for the engine cover. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the engine cover. So we're going to remove the oil cap again. Hinges here on the back. Cap back on. And then we're going to go in and put in that one bolt. Okay. Okay, that concludes our installation here on our Delta Force cooler intake for the 6th generation Camaro equipped with a 3.6 liter V6 motor. Installation time was roughly about 30 to 45 minutes. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed.